to thank the father and mother of the bride.
Yo!
I'd also like to thank my father and mother.
Yo!
They were both great enough to raise Bryan and Sarah with freedom. Both become great individual people that they are. They're best friend and employer for the last 10 years or so.
My best friend and employer.
From the moment Bryan met Sarah, his demeanor instantly changed to a man that is gentle, his reason to continue to build the empire.
Speaking to the mic, Brennan.
Speaking to the mic!
Without missing a beat,
Good done.
these
Good
guys
done.
instantaneously finishing each other's jokes, drinks, and Sarah would always eat the broccoli off Bryan's plate. I would like everyone to raise a glass to the two most generous, hilarious. Oh yeah! There we go.
Let's hear it if you love Brendan. Brother of the bride, David.
Yo!
Alright, thank you, Ethan. Yeah, so I guess I don't really know what to say, but yeah, I guess, thinking about family, now that Sarah's part of ours, we're part of hers. It's about the big events like this, the weddings, and, what have you. It's also about, like, the little things. Like, what was it, a week ago, you called me, Sarah called me drunk at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, just getting weird texts and all sorts of things. I don't know, I'm glad that I don't live with Bryan anymore. It's great, to see him every day at work and all that, so. I don't know, it's, I guess it's just, what's that?
Glad to share.
Oh yeah. It's just great to know that that you have a family. They're only a text away, a call away, drive away, whatever. A drunk dial away. Let us all be the family.
Attaboy, David! Attaboy! Attaboy!
I love you, David!
That was a great one. That was great.
All right, I'm not sure if we're ready for this, but we're going to do it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Ball.
Let me get in a little closer for this one.
I will hold back no punches for you, I promise. I'm Bryan's cousin. For those who don't know me, first cousins. His dad and my mom were sister and brother.
Sean.
And I'm known as a very inappropriate person. So if there's still children in the room, it's time to take them out for a cigarette. Back in December, Sarah received a letter from the Ministry of Anti-Inappropriate Speeches. Yeah. The person who operates the ministry is my aunt. The letter said that it would be in Sarah's best interest to not allow me to give a speech. Yeah. Sarah wrote back Sarah wrote back saying that actually the first person we asked was Ray. And that wasn't the first time I thought to myself, God damn it, Bryan. You lucky bastard. How did you score this woman? She's perfect for both of us. But he won, as he always does. Me and Bryan go way back to 1977. I think that's the first time we met. Right? Yeah. You were 7 weeks old, I was 2 weeks old. Threw us in that baby prison. We later found out they called it a crib. Terrible feeling, you stuck in there for the first week. And I knew you were an order for me. Drooling over me, poking me in the eye. I learned to speak a little bit before Bryan did, and then he quickly learned to crawl away. Learned to walk, which gave him a faster way out. Hear me?
We got you.
Where's the other mic? Okay, there's back on. Good. So, the point is that me and Bryan have been friends a long time. We were the first born in our families. We grew up 4 blocks away from each other, right? By the time we were 10, I had 4 younger brothers. He had 2 younger brothers and a younger sister. And we both were basically the leaders of our own small gang. And we took that job very seriously. Bryan crafted a crown and a scepter. No shit. This is where I first started to know that Bryan was a little bit slyer than I was. He used symbols and propaganda to retain his power position. Where I used, threats of violence. Both work in the end, but I think his brothers loved him just a little bit more. They got in their head, I just beat the shit out of them. They love me though, don't you guys?
Oh, yeah!
I love you too, Andy. I'll see you outside. So Bryan, he, told me years ago that, he wanted to find a lady. And I was, because at that point, Bryan had been from one lady to the next. The hound dog that he is. I said, Ray, I want to settle down and shit, and I poo-pooed that idea. Like, what is that going to be about me and you? What is it going to be like? You're going to get with a girl and we're not going to hang out anymore? Sweet Jesus! Bada bing, bada boom. We're always going to be best friends. And I knew he had good taste in women, right? And I met Sarah. And I was jealous instantly. And I thought to myself, how am I going to get this woman out of his life? Taking up all his time. I'd send him text messages and get nothing back. And then I'd sneak in, look at his phone, and see that he's responding to her. Granted, my text messages were, 1, 2 in the morning. I was lonely. I say. But then I got to know Sarah's family. Not as well as everybody else, but these guys are hilarious. I mean, they fit in unbelievably. They all got beards too. Let's make sure we're not related to these people. And then I, of course, was like, what's Mary Lou gonna think? Is it gonna be inappropriate that we all have beards in the wedding? Bryan said, sweet Jesus. Bada boom, she's gonna be there anyway. Whether you like it or not. I was like, I think that's the attitude I'm gonna take about the speech. I'm not gonna let her disapprove or get to me. Although it has a little bit, I'll admit. Wherever she is.
Right there.
Hey, you got to me, baby. You got to me. There was a lot more F words in it before your letter went out. So, also, I told Sarah when she got the letter that, I was going to write a speech about the importance of marriage and the propagation of the species. She was like, shut the fuck up. Just say some funny shit, make people laugh. And then at the end, make me feel special. And this is the special part. Bryan, right? The one thing that I did first before Bryan was I started telling people, that I loved them, right, before Bryan did. I don't know what it was. I don't know, I was high one night and I was like, Jesus Christ, wait a minute, we died at some point. What if I die and people don't know that I love them? So, I told everybody I love you. And Bryan's reaction was always, we're like best friends. I go, we were, supposed to both be born December 25th, 1976. Which means that our parents conceived us on the same night. Disturbing as that may be, bro.
Oh, God.
If astrology is right, there's a connection between us. The stars were aligned. The stars were aligned. Point being that after Sarah came around, all of a sudden Bryan was telling me he loved me all the goddamn time. I love you, right? It's like, do you love me or do you really just love Sarah? No, I love you too. But she brought it out of me. And Bryan, I think you're a slightly less hardcore dude than Sarah. I think I might be. Being a little bit less hardcore. Peace.
All right, give it up again for Ray.
Nice, Raymond.
I made it up.